Man, I got a couple videos about this shit, but I'm doing a little better now than I was, especially on Facebook and on X and shit. Uh, Still, we got a whole lot of views and shit. I'm not no YouTube sensation. I'm not a house name. Working on it, man. I think I put out some cool shit. But I started my own style, right? American Bone Breaking, ABB, and I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt under Aaron Alexander, and he's under Carlson Gracie. And I really don't care about the Carlson Gracie part of that. You know what I mean? I really don't. There was a time when I would have really cared about that Gracie. Like I watched the UFCs and shit, and I was all into that shit too. But it really means more to me that's for my buddy Aaron. Because me and Aaron, he introduced me to submission wrestling, submission grappling. That's what everybody called it, right? Because we trained on our own in parks and shit, right? And every time we go to a gym and train there a little while, they'd be like, "Oh, you're really good, but that's not jiu-jitsu." What they really meant was, you haven't paid us enough money. So I used to really I used to really think the belt hold situation was a big deal. You know what I mean? I wanted that validation, and especially from the Gracies. Me and Aaron was going to go up to fucking Tulsa and train Mikey Burnett and those guys, because he was doing like a Lions Den and thing in Tulsa. And then we was going to go up there and go to Vegas and train with Shamrock and those guys, because we thought we needed to train with names and shit like that to be somebody, But really, it means more for me to train with Aaron and Bo. And, some of these guys I don't even get along with anymore, you know what I mean? Shit happens, but still, it means more to me to train with these guys who I don't even get along with, So not Aaron, Bo, just some personal stuff. But he's a bad dude. He taught me a lot. Mark Tolman, Aaron Alexander, he out of our whole little crew of 10, 20 guys, 30 guys, me and Aaron are the only one who really did anything with it. You know what I mean? I went on to tap 50 professional fights, boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts. I fought 7 UFC guys. I fought 3 Olympians. I beat a UFC guy. I was the first guy to beat Charlie Rader. I got my ass whooped a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I got 5 kids, man, and I didn't have a trade back then. I was washing dishes, waiting tables, doing anything I could legally. Because I quit doing all the illegal shit a long time ago when I had a family, because I wasn't ready to go to jail no more. And so, life was hard. And so, the Webb boys from down in Sulphur, they gave me a chance. I fought Brian Piccolo, 2-time All-American wrestler, fucking legend, and that was it, man. That gave me my chance, and I got 50 fights. Aaron taught me what he could teach me, and I got my belt from Aaron, and he's proud of the Gracie part. He trains with Sandro Sampaio, and I guess they're buddies, man. And if they have a good relationship, that's cool, man. Aaron's his own man. You know what I mean? But I don't really like that shit. I've trained with a few Brazilians, and they want to kind of talk sly and be funny and kind of clown on American pride and American boys, be a tough, strong boys, and then they choke you out and kind of clown and shit, and that Creonte shit, I'm telling you, a lot of these Brazilian guys, they don't really like us, man. They like our money, So I say fuck that, man. I ain't really worried about that Carlson Gracie part of my belt. I'm more proud of Aaron Alexander giving me the belt, my friend. My lifelong friend, who I 25, 30 years, And, we trained, he introduced me to USA Stars. I trained with the legend, Pat Burris, 7-time Olympic coach, national champion. Fucking, I can't even remember it all. You Google this guy, he's amazing. He's fucking ridiculous. He was part of the Frozen, the Marines in the fucking Korea. Dude's a national treasure. Dr. Ron Tripp, beat Rickson Gracie, Of course, that bitch denies it. What about, like I'm saying, right? The Brazilians, man. They talk about honor, but then they want to lie about their records and shit, you know what I mean? But I've had the honor of getting my ass whooped by Dr. Ron Tripp, and I'll tell you what, he whooped about 99% of us right now. Dude's still a fucking ninja, And so, fuck, I'm not really, fuck the Gracies, fuck that shit, you know what I mean? But I like my dude Aaron, my guy, Aaron Alexander, His name can stand on its own, But, that's me talking, that ain't him talking, So, yeah, I'm a Carlson Gracie black belt, fuck it. I'm an American Bone Breaking black belt. I'm a Carlson Gracie purple belt through Aaron Alexander. Pardon me, I got ahead of myself. But I created my own style of American Bone Breaking, and I'm a black belt in that. And people say, well, you can't just do that, There should be sanctioning committees, and you should have to do this, and you should have to do that. And The fuck that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I trained with these legends. I trained with Anthony Macias, Brandon Shelton, Nate James, Jacob Goodnight. Like, these are just bad motherfuckers in Oklahoma. And some of y'all might know them, some of y'all might not. But I'm telling you, these dudes, you know. So, you know, that old Gracie, you know, out of Brazil, I don't need the fucking, you know, the tan and the Euro accent, bro. We can get down around here, you know what I mean? I don't lie to nobody, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I train somebody, I say, hey, this is my belt. This is my system. We're not endorsed by nobody. I'm not piggybacking off nobody. You know, it's just me. You know, some people want more regulation. Like they said, well, that shouldn't be allowed. What the fuck do you mean? I mean, everybody loves Bruce Lee. He fought against that shit. Bruce Lee said we should be able to train everybody. We should train everything that's effective. But, you know, that's not really how people feel. You know, I hear all the time on Facebook, you know, and X and shit. People want to dog me and shit, you know. And it's like, man, you know, everybody loves Bruce Lee, but they don't really love what he stood for. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna train people. I'm gonna belt people, and I'm gonna do it under my name, under Anderson. We have our own fighting team, our own grappling team. Anderson Stacy Mixed Martial Arts. It's gonna be our gym, but it's an Anderson Stacy fighting grappling team. You know. And we've been doing this for fucking years, you know. Like I said, I won 50 pro fights. David Knight, Jimmy Lane, Jackie Lane, fucking Stout, fucking Jimmy Stout. I'm forgetting guys I know. Troy Ellison, Amy Stacy, fucking Chris Looper. I just turned so many motherfuckers pro. It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? We came up from Tough Man, you know. We used to have to bleed to eat. We used to have to pay to fight. You know, these fuckers, all you gotta do is get a blood work now. We used to have to pay every tournament to get a Tough Man and to get a chance to show people we could fight. You know what I mean? You know, and then we had to bleed to eat, you know, whether it was construction work, you know, and get busting our fucking knuckles and busting our fucking back or taking a fucking fight on 30 minutes notice. Fought Ryan the Headhunter Lopez on 30 minutes notice from fucking the Furs and more. Drove straight to hit and fought him. You know, and then he wanted to talk fucking tough because he got me. Bitch, I took the fight on 30 minutes notice to save the fucking car. You know, and the money, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have 5 kids, right? But, you know, he never wanted to give me a rematch, though. You know, he fucking, I didn't even weigh in. I just showed up, bought his ass. Had to borrow Joe Big Daddy Stevenson's shorts and jock and shit. Same thing for C3 fights. I fought Jared Hess. Like I said, Doc Tripp, Pat Burst are my people, right? And Amy Stacy she was fighting. And I was just there in the corner. I just had AC surgery. And, man, they're like, man, we need to save the car, Jay. I'm like, you know. And they're like, look, we promise you can pick, you know, these 2 guys. And then, so I picked Hess, and like, he will not attack your right shoulder. I promise you. If he does, Anthony Macias told me this. Says if he does, me, Doc, and Pat are gonna fuck him up. He will not attack your right shoulder. I just got released that day, you know, from AC surgery on right shoulder. And to Jared Hess's, Jared Hess did not attack my right shoulder. You know, I fought. He got me in a choke. You know, I knew, everybody said, don't wrestle, but you are who you are. And I'm a grappler, and I shot, and Jared Hess got me, you know. But just, you know, I'm just telling you a little bit about my history here because people want to, you know, I talk to people and they want to act like I'm some kind of fucking idiot or I'm some kind of lop or I don't, you know, like why would I be have a gym and train people? Because I'm fucking about it, bro. Like this is my life. This has been my life for fucking 40 years. You know, before I met Aaron, I was wrestling, you know, back in the 70s and 80s. We was doing all that karate shit, you know. But then, of course, we were scrapping on Southside OKC, you know, fighting every day, every other day, you know, just trying to live down there, you know, because Southside OKC ain't never been a joke, you know. And I met Aaron, so that's it, man. You know, like, if you're a bad motherfucker and you know what you're doing and you want to train people and you know how to train people, then make it happen, man. You don't need nobody to fucking co-sign for you.